Hi everyone, my name is Allan O'Marra. You can call me Allan, and I'm an artist and an art teacher. I teach art for the Pickering Recreation Program, teaching to children and adults and seniors. And today I'm going to show you how to draw a cartoon character, okay? And in this case it's going to be, I'm sure most of you who are aware this guy is, that's Spongebob SquarePants. So I'm going to take you through how we do that. And the materials you're going to need are going to be a pencil. There's a HB pencil. I like to use I use a mechanical pencil, but you can use the regular HB pencil. We also need an eraser. This is one of the artist's erasers called a kneadable eraser. And of course you're going to need a paper, so either a piece of just regular office paper, or if you have a bigger pad, that'll work for you as well. And then eventually we're going to be using colored pencils to color the drawing when we're done. But before we get started with that, I just want to show you I'm in my house in Ajax in the studio area, and I'm going to move the camera around here just a little bit and show you a painting that I've done of my grandson. His name is Alec, and the painting is made with oil on canvas. I paint quite high realism like that. Okay, so I'm going to spin this back around and sit down, and then I'm going to let you pause if you need to get your art materials, and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, now we're going to get started with the drawing. So the idea here, right off the top, is to make sure that we get the figure of SpongeBob situated well on the page here, okay? So we're going to have the top of his head be up kind of here. Just make a little mark up there. And we're going to have his feet kind of down into this area down here. And it looks like the sponge part of his body is going to be to about here. Okay? Now, we're going to start by drawing the sponge part of his body first, okay? So we can see this wobbly line that it's made of. So we're at the very top, we're going to make a wobbly line come across about this far. How's that? And then we're going to make a wobbly line come down. Like I've got to make a little mark here actually for where the sponge stops, is right there. And then we're going to come down this way for the side of the sponge, and go over to the other side and make some lines come down for the side of the sponge there. And another line across the bottom here, which is the bottom. So now we've got the entire sponge all drawn there. And I'll just wait a few seconds until you catch up. Okay, now you see that the sponge of SpongeBob is kind of three-dimensional, so we've got to draw this back part on. So we start over here, and we go down just a little ways, just a short ways, on an angle. Then the same here on this side. We're going to ignore the arm for now, and we come across to here like just a bit of a wobble there. And then come down this back side here, okay? So now we've got the whole basic sponge all drawn here. Next, we're going to draw his pants and shirts part, that part of his body. So we're going to go straight line down, straight line across, another straight line down. That's the front part. Then see this part here that goes back the same as the sponge. We're going to put that in again. We're ignoring the arm. Draw that in and draw that there. Okay, and we're going to draw the rest of this stuff later. Next, we're going to draw, I better slow down a little bit here. Make sure, are you okay with this now? We got this all drawn in. Alright, now we're going to draw these two little short legs he's got. He's got shirt pants on. So we're going to go ahead and draw those legs in first. There is one of them. There is the other one. Okay, that's his two pant legs. Now he's got these skinny legs with socks here, so we'll draw those down. Those are his legs. The bottom part of his legs. So take your time to get that all nicely drawn in there. I'm going to just put a little round part at the bottom just to finish it off. Now we're going to draw his shoes. And his shoes are kind of two circles. We got a circle here at the bottom, back of the whoops, don't want to go so far there. Just down there, that's kind of a circular shape there. And then the big front part is certainly a circle. And then we got this little square part at the bottom that's the heel. You put a little white spot there. Now I'll repeat this completely the same way. We come around from the back, roundish like that. Then the big round part of the front. And then the square part for his heel. And back up into the round part and a little spot. Okay. Now we're going to draw the eyes next. And there are two big circles that kind of half touch on one another. So we're going to draw this circle first. Big circle there. And then we don't have quite a complete circle there, so we're going to come around there like that. Okay, that's the eyes, the sponge, the pants, and the legs and shoes. Okay, everybody caught up with me now? Okay, good. Next, we're going to draw in the irises of his eyes and the pupil of his eye there on one side. You can fill that in with dark if you want. Same on the other side. There's the iris of his eye, and there's the pupil, the dark part of his eye there. Then we got some nice big eyelashes coming out the top there. 3 on each one. Okay. Next we draw his nose that comes out just past his eye. We can make it cross over the eye a little bit if you want. It's kind of banana shaped. Okay. Then we've got these cheeks that stick out here. So let's just put those little cheeks that kind of come over to the eye. Again, we can rub out that little bit there. And on the other side of the eye there. And they got a bunch of spots on them. You can put 2 or 3 spots on there, 4 spots, whatever you want. Okay, everybody caught up with me there now? Next we do the mouth. And he's got a big grin that goes way across here like this. Right to the edge of that cheek, and he's got a smile line there. Then he's got 2 teeth in the middle there, 2 big old teeth right there in dead center. So draw 1 tooth down, another tooth down. Okay. And I'm going to slow down a little bit here to make sure you catch up to me. And then that's his bottom lip there on the bottom. So just below his teeth, make a wobbly line for the bottom lip. There, looking good so far, eh? Now, the one thing that we've got to remember, it's a sponge, so he's got these little circles in there. So just put the circles. There's one there, there's one smaller one there, and then one down here. We're going to put the arm in later. Another little circle up here. That makes him look like a sponge. When you put these circles in, that makes him look like a sponge. I'll pause just a little bit here, so you can catch up and get all those sponge lines in there, just so you have time to do that. And then next we're going to start working on what's below there, which is where his shirt and tie and pants and belt are. So let's start by drawing the tie, okay? And the tie starts at the sponge, and it's got a little part comes down, and then it's got the regular tie part there. Right dead center, draw this part down first. Then draw in the tie shape, and it's down to a point, back up, and then back up again. Okay? Next we're going to draw where his pants and his shirt stop, and that's just a little higher than halfway, so draw a line straight across there. If I'm going too fast, I'll slow down a minute here. So if you're still drawing, I forgot. Got to put the shirt. There's the shirt there and the shirt there. Bottom part of the shirt collar. Okay, and I'll wait a little bit for you there. Got the shirt collar, you got the tie. Now you got the divide between his pants and his shirt, the white shirt and the brown pants. Now he's got his belt here. So what we're going to do with the belt is right where the tie is, we're going to draw a rectangle in first, right across here like that. That's the middle one. That tie could have been a little bit longer, it looks like. We're not going to worry about things like that. Then we're going to put another one over here, another rectangle. That's where his belt comes by as loops. And on the other side, and I'll wait a little bit till you get that done. Okay, that's the belt. And the belt also goes around to the side here. Oh, we got to continue his pants, or the split between his pants and his shirt are there, back to the back. And also we'll put in on an angle. See how that angle there, that's called perspective when it goes on the angle like that. Okay, there we've got the sponge and the eyes and the nose and the cheeks and the mouth and the teeth and the spots. And we got the shirt and the pants and the tie and the collar and the belt. And the legs of his shorts and his socks and his shoes. Now we got to draw his shoulders here, the shirt shoulders, and his arms and his hands. Okay, let's start with this one. So we're going to do a little bit of rubbing out here because we're going to draw that shape in first, that shape right there. So we go up and down around like that. Maybe we'll just rub off a little bit of there just to make sure that that line from the wobbly side doesn't cut into that. Now we're going to draw the line of his arm down, and we go down. We might as well use the back of that where we've already got a line in there. You want, but just draw his arm down that side there, and then we'll eventually rub out where the line crosses over the body. Comes right down to here. Then it goes into the hand. Okay, I'm going to just pause a second here. Make sure you catch up. So we've drawn this arm, the shoulder in here, the white, and then we've drawn his bare arm down here. Now we're going to draw his hand, and it looks like the first thing they do is there's a line that kind of goes from his arm right into his hand down into his finger. So let's put that one on first. Curves out a little bit, comes down. Okay? Then we're going to draw this over on the other side here, the back of the palm of his hand here into his little finger. So we come out a little bit and down, and then we make a little finger there. Okay? And cartoon characters, they always have them with three fingers and a thumb, which is weird. I don't know why they do that, but that's what they always do. We're going to add a second finger here on this hand, and that's the third finger in that hand. Okay, so we've got that there, and then the fingers, the three fingers. Next, we're going to put his thumb in over here. Okay, just sticking out like funny like that. All right, now, okay, everybody caught up with me on that? Make sure that's connected okay there. Now, for the other side, this white shoulder part is just kind of sticking out a little bit beyond, so we go right across the same height. We're just going to put that little bit of a thing tucked in there like that. And we can't see the rest of his way his arm comes out of the shoulder there. It comes right down across. Actually, it goes a little bit behind his pants and comes across here. Okay, so we've got the shoulder and we've got the arm coming down past his pants. Just a little past. Now we're going to do the same with the hand. We're going to draw the outside of the hand here where it comes out a little bit and down. And then stops there. Let's stop it there. Now we've just got a thumb. Oops, I'm a little bit low here. That's okay. I'm going to do it the same way I did over here. A little bit out and down into the thumb. Okay, you can draw that. You can see how I did that. The arm there, the outside of the hand, the side of the hand and the thumb. Now we've got the forefinger in there, and the second finger. Oops, looks like I'm going to have to add a third finger here. There we go, like that. Okay, and I'll take out that. I don't need that extra line in there. You'll do a better job than me. There and there, okay? So that's it. You know what? That hand's way too small. I'm going to rub that out again. I don't like that hand. You can rub out, right? You can change things if you don't like them. In fact, I got to do this right. Let's go back up there and do the arm comes down to here. Let's go in and do the thumb first. The thumb there. If you did yours right, don't bother rubbing it out. But I didn't do it quite right. There's the forefinger. There's the next finger. And then the hand comes down and around to the little finger. That's better. Okay, rub it out a little bit. It looks the same size now as the other hand. It was too small before. We're getting really close now to getting finished with the drawing. Everybody caught up with the hand? I'll wait just a few minutes here or a few seconds before I continue. Make sure you've caught up with me. Okay, we've got everything done except now we've got just some details on the socks. I think that's all we're missing now. So we're just going to put 3 stripes because we've got a yellow up here and we've got a white part at the bottom with a blue and red stripe. So the yellow part is actually his body color, which is yellow. His body color is yellow. So we put a line right across there on both legs, and that's where his socks come up to. Then he's got a blue line here and a red line here. I'm just going to put in marks with pencil lines right now. Blue line and a red line. There we are. Is everybody caught up to me now? Okay. So next thing we're going to do is color. And it looks like I'm missing a pencil here, so you'll just have to bear with me while I run and get my... Oh, it must have fallen off. I'll just get myself a blue pencil. I'll be right back around while you're finishing up what you're doing there. I had a blue pencil out, but it seems to have disappeared. Alright, so now we're going to do some coloring. And I said at the beginning of the materials you could use would be pencil crayons or markers. I like doing pencil crayons because they put the color on a lot softer. So we're going to hold our pencil kind of like this and go, we can go right over top of all of those circles, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to put your color on like this. And I'm not being as careful as you can be later. You can take your time with it after. I just want to show you, I'll put the color all on really quick. So you can just kind of watch me what I'm doing. You can do some of it as I'm doing it, but you'll be doing all of this a lot later, okay? So he's yellow all the way up through, not his teeth. His teeth are white, his nose is yellow, and his cheeks are yellow, okay? So there, I basically, really quickly, you take your time with it though. I wanted to get him all yellow where he is in the sponge there. Now his arms are yellow too, and his hands. The other arm is yellow too. And again, I'm doing this quickly just so we can finish up. And then remember I said that he's yellow there where his legs are showing. Okay. Alright, is that everything yellow that needs to be yellow? I think so. Now we're going to make his eyes. See his eyes in there? The irises of his eyes are blue. Now you can take your time again with this to make sure you put that on nice, that color on there nice. Okay, so that's the only thing that's blue. The next thing I see that I can color is the red of his tie. So we're going to go red in his tie. And then his pants are brown. I've got two browns here. Let me see. Don't have quite the right brown. I'm going to use the lighter brown. So we got to go over top. Now we can kind of go right over top of that belt because we're going to color that black eventually anyway. So I'm going to put the brown on. You're going to take your time again, as I keep saying, to make sure you do this really nice. I'm putting it on quick and fast so they can get through the lesson for you. And his legs are brown. The pant legs are brown. There we go. All right. I don't have a black for his shoes. So what we'll do is I'm just going to use the pencil to make it black. Well, it'll kind of be gray rather than black. We've got to come around, leave that white spot sticking out there. And we can color that in black if you got a black pencil, or just your regular pencil like I'm using here can do for black for you here if you want it. Black pencil. Okay, that's the black of the shoe. And then the last thing is that we have to do here, I think so. We can make those, let's make those a little bit thicker. A little bit thicker in the actual drawing, just so they show up a little bit better. Okay? And then the last thing we're going to do is put on those little stripes on his socks. He's got a blue stripe there, and a blue stripe there, and a red stripe here, and a red one there. Okay, so that's how you draw SpongeBob SquarePants. I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to shut my camera down and I'll come back and I'll just say goodbye, okay? Okay, thank you everyone for participating in this. I hope you learned something and have a very nice day, and maybe I'll see you again sometime in another one of my videos. Bye.